Hello, my name is Antique. Today, we are making cardboard boys. A few weeks ago, I released a music video for my song Source Material, and in it, I featured all these little like cardboard cutout gay guy dolls, because I wanted the song to be like an homage to all the gay guys that were like important to me growing up, you know? But the only ones I made separate were Dan and Phil, and in the music video, I made them like do that, and then afterwards I was like, wait, I should have made more of them separate, because that was like, a vibe? I don't know, because, well, you see, well, I was just sort of having fun, and so I went to the Staples Print Center.
That was it.
This is literally so beautiful. Gosh, it has a little flower. Is it like Kendall Jenner that was like, look at this tiny little Ziploc bag. I don't want to hear anything about the low show socks, okay? I need to do laundry. I'm not defending them. I'm just saying I need to do laundry. The Staples guy giggled at me, but it was definitely like a friendly, like camaraderie sort of giggle. So I'll take it. All right, we're back from the Staples Print Center. Okay. Okay, the original batch of them was Dan and Phil, obviously, Mac from It's Always Sunny, Conan Gray, Ian and Mickey Shameless, Heartstopper, that classic, Justin and Brian from Queer as Folk, and I feel like there was another one, but I don't know where. Oh, it was just Heartstopper again was the other one, but this time they were kissing. See, like the idea was there. I just for some reason didn't put two and two together that it would be way cooler visually if I was holding two separate ones and like making them kiss, you know? The crux for all this besides the video was I made a TikTok where I was doing Dan and Phil, and it got a bunch of likes. So hashtag capitalism, like a song promo, because I want people to hear the song because it's really good. And so I'm shamelessly doing TikTok promo. I know. But anyway, I thought that one was really fun. I thought it was more involved and more related to the song than just me sitting there being like, "You're such a man, I love the way that you're made." For that, like, play the audio behind it, you know. So, the ones we got today from the Staples Print Center that we're gonna cut out.
That was easy.
Heartstopper Variant 1 and Heartstopper Variant 2. They're Ian and Mickey, but this time, it's the prison one. I have two different frozen off ones, of course. Mac and Dennis. So the whole point of this is that they are actually queer. Like some people were commenting on my Instagram reel, like, thank you for engaging, but some people were commenting being like, oh my gosh, do this with like insert two straight men, haha. And it's like, well, so that's not the point. Like I hate to be a bit, I actually really don't, but Mac and Dennis are the exception because. And so then we have Willem and Silem, Young Royals. If you are interested in how I picked the original group of them, I already did a video, you can watch it here. Explain my like meaning behind why these specific gay guys were important to me growing up. Wait, there is one more. I was doing another video with him, so he's taped to a candle, but Lil Nas X, that was the last one. These are super easy. Basically, you just cut them out, stick it on a piece of cardboard, and then cut out the cardboard, and then you have a little doll. They're not supposed to be the most like involved arts and craft thing of all time. So what happened to me today? First off, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Big life update. Big. This could be huge. July 21st could be the last day I ever record a YouTube video because I'm going to the psychiatrist. I mean, I know the word on the street is Antique's going to the psychiatrist. That's what they're saying. Well, I'm here to confirm. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm sorry. Okay, so I've kind of like, I'm not going to give you my, okay, here's a deep dive into all the mental illnesses I've thought I've had over the last few years. I do legitimately think I have ADHD, and now that I've been out of college for a year, the lack of structure, like it's become much more noticeable, not just that I have ADHD, because before it was like, okay, I sort of knew I had ADHD, but it was like fine. Do my little checklist and get my shit done, and it wasn't really that big of a deal. Now that I'm a grown adult, And a lot of the time my days are sort of open-ended to do whatever I want to do. Sometimes it does legitimately like impede in my ability to do things and to be on time and to do the right things, not as in morally, but like the thing, like to prioritize the things that need to be done now. You know, I just sort of struggle with that sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, I want to go to the gym today and I've already decided I want to go to the gym, but then like I have a headache, but then I go to the gym anyway because it's like, well, I've already decided I'm going to the gym. And then I'll be at the gym and I'm like, why am I at the gym? I didn't want to be here, but I feel like I can't stop. And so then I'm done and I'm like, woo, well, at least we went to the gym. But it's like, well, yeah, but I have a headache and now my day's ruined because I went to the gym with a headache. I don't actually know if that's ADHD. I'm hoping the psychiatrist can figure out whatever that is. Could one of the Tumblr armchair psychologists out there, like, could you give me like a preemptive screening on what that is? If that sounds familiar, if that's in the DSM somewhere, please let me know. I would like to know in advance before I get there and they like throw the rug over my head and all of a sudden they're like, Eureka! You're blah blah blah. This is the best picture genuinely of anyone ever. I'm not even kidding. I like his makeup, the way it's edited, the lighting, the pose, his eyes, his eyebrows, his hair. And I'm dead fucking serious. Like, oh my god, like put it on the wall. I actually did not originally include Heated Rivalry in the music video because the intent behind the music video was supposed to be like the gay guys that have kind of raised me, and Heated Rivalry was such a new one that I was like, you know, I don't want to like jump the gun on how impactful this has been on my life. And truthfully, I've only seen it 1.5 times. I don't think like I watch Heartstopper over and over and over and over and over. I really never rewatched Heated Rivalry, but it still has had a profound impact on me, just like vibe wise, as in I think they're really hot is what that means. I do want to watch it again, this hashtag Pride Month. I think I am going to watch it again. Oh, happy Pride Month. I don't think I said that in my last video, even though it came out on June 1st, because I forgot, because I filmed it in May. And rumor has it I'm going to the psychiatrist, which means I struggle with thinking ahead. This Pride Month, I'm doing what I call Tasteful Rainbow. I just played Porch Fest. Wait, I want to talk about Porch Fest. I just played last year, does anyone know if I have ADHD? Last year I went to this thing in West Philadelphia called Porch Fest, which is where, like, in West Philly, all the houses have these big porches. You know, if you've ever heard of a house, sometimes they have a porch. Specifically the ones in West Philadelphia, like, notably all have big porches. And so on Porch Fest, everybody with a big porch throws like a DIY show. They have like 4 or 5 bands play on their porch all day. So you can wander around and it's like a million porches and they all have bands playing, which is so cool. And last year I went for the first time. I've been meaning to go for a few years and it just never happened. And last year we went completely on accident because my partner and I were bored and we walked out of his apartment in West Philly and I looked around and I said, oh my gosh, there's people playing bands on porches. We should call it Porch Fest. And when I was there last year, I was like, okay, this is going on my Philadelphia like bucket list shows I want to play is Porch Fest. Up there with, I really want to play Philomoka. Obviously I want to play the Wells Fargo Before I Die, but Porch Fest, I was like, that feels a little more doable, to be real. So I was like, okay, my big goal for 2026, I need to play Porch Fest. Like, I need to be on a goddamn porch. I was sitting on the subway. I remember it specifically because after this happened, I was like, damn, and why am I even on the subway right now? Because the thing I just went to do on the subway was fucking stupid, and I should probably be at home doing something more important. Going back to the whole psychiatry thing. I'm sitting on the train, and this guy's giving me like a Luke, but it's like the Luke of like, I know who you are. And he comes up to me and he's like, do you make music? And I'm like, oh, the fan? Hello. And yes, I do. And he's like, hey, I have a porch. Do you want to be on our porch for Porch Fest? And I was like, really? I was so excited. I was like trying not to like jump up and down on the train. But it was like cold. So I think I just was like, yay. But I was super excited. I was like, yes, absolutely. So I played my first Porch Fest. It was so much fun. Why was I talking about Porch Fest? No, wait, that was, oh shit. It was related to something I was saying. Well, it went really great. I don't remember what the fuck I was gonna say. Hang on, because I want to know. I was definitely leading into something. Oh, that's right. Wait, I remembered. What I'm doing this Pride Month, I'm calling it Tasteful Pride Flag. I do think we have maybe course corrected too much away from pride flags because I actually do kind of like rainbows. I feel like people are always like, I hate rainbows. I kind of like the rainbow. I think it's pretty. Anyone else like the rainbow's like kind of colorful? And so I'm like, you know what? I do think culturally they're trying to make queer people like not a vibe anymore. I think maybe we need to go back to basics and just sort of wear a pride flag sometimes. And so in my Porch Fest set, I was like, you know what? When I was a little kid, probably thought the coolest thing in the world, or like, I guess maybe like secretly deep down underneath my internalized homophobia, thought it looked really fun to tie a pride flag around my neck and run around. And so I was like, you know what I'm gonna do this Porch Fest is I'm gonna tie a pride flag around my neck and run around. And it was a ball. I think they were onto something. It was a ball. Also, I went to get ice cream today, and something really crazy happened. So I'm gonna insert that footage here. Okay, so on the walk to get my ice cream, there was a guy I knew from college sitting in a bar, and I know he like can't see me, but I'm just like a block away now, and I just like, in my head, I'm just thinking like he's sitting in a bar like with, I think there were like 7 of his friends, and I'm just walking alone, licking an ice cream like a fucking 5-year-old. Also, the ice cream was like $8.63. Because like of course it was. Shit did not used to be $8.63, or I would have never gone there more than once, and it's my favorite ice cream in the world. So unfortunately, they do have me by the balls. It could be $37 and I would still buy it. $8.63 is really crazy. You need to do something about that, Barack Obama. This is totally my fault, but I did just walk right past the bar again on the way home, and we did make eye contact, which was because I was staring at him. It's definitely like, sowing the oats that I don't know, it's pissing me off because I'm like, what if he's like watching me walk by with my ice cream and he's like, that's actually so real. In that like slightly condescending way that people do that, where they're like, so real, queen. And it's like, well, no one said it wasn't. So, but thanks. So I cheaped out and only got like a single scoop instead of a double. But it's like a little bit too small. You see where I have to, wait, that's beautiful the way it's glistening. No, but I have to kind of like dig saving that to my evidence folder, tongue into there to like lick it. Like there's not enough like sticking out over the top, So it does kind of feel like I am, the Earl Grey ice cream at Milk John is the greatest ice cream of all time. But yeah, they can make this fucking 1972 a cone if they wanted to. I would still be there. And one day they will. The way inflation's going, probably 2029. This will be 1972. I'm gonna look at the way the sun is setting over the landlord's special gentrified apartment buildings. God, that's so beautiful. I mean, I could just cry. I'm sorry, I really hope he like wasn't wearing his glasses or something too, because I look like a fucking bum, first of all. Second of all, I've been wearing these goddamn shorts every single day, every summer since I think 2023. And I do think by now people have noticed. And I'm also wearing my Claro shirt, which I do love, but it has seen better days. This ice cream is so fucking good. In this next scene, I'm acting like I wasn't embarrassed and I was playing it up for the camera the whole time. We both know that's not true, but if you could just play along, that would be great. Although I was embarrassed a few minutes ago, I do want to say, I am very pro do things alone. I love doing things by myself. It's not like, that's not my problem. I'm not like genuinely, I'm like playing it up. I don't really care. But unfortunately, if I were to make a list of people from college who I do legitimately care about them only ever seeing me at my best, he would probably be in the top 5. So welcome back. Did you miss me? That was my going to get ice cream story. Wasn't that crazy? I thought it was crazy. I want to explain too, so the intent behind this like, oh, I'm making cardboard dolls of boys kissing thing, it's not supposed to just be like shock value, like, OMG, not Nick and Charlie and they're, ooh, because, well, first of all, why would that be shocking or funny? Okay, the setup for this joke was supposed to be that I was going to say, it's not supposed to be funny, and then I was going to say, and what would be funny about boys kissing? But I didn't do the setup correctly, so... Wait, I just spit all over it. Ew. Sorry, ew. There is more like artistic intent behind that, and I do want to explain it just super quick. Again, if you want to hear more about why I picked the people I picked, that's in that other video that you should go watch. But why I did it sort of in general, I wanted for this video was just for it to be sort of an homage to the queer characters and actors and stuff that were important to me growing up. I think it's really cool that we've made enough progress now that like as a young gay, there were, instead of just like a couple queer role models to look up to, there were enough that I could even be pretentious. Like there were enough queer role models that I could turn my nose up at someone else's queer role model. I think that's great, and I think that's progress as a society. I do, I love a lowbrow. Like, I can't lie, I was talking about this in that other video. I love Simon. I've seen that movie 5 bajillion times. It's not good. And I'm not gonna make that into like a fucking cardboard doll just cause like I would just get roasted. Imagine you're scrolling through your fucking For You page and here comes some fucking gay guy being like, love Simon? A vibe? Like, well, no, we're not doing that. No, actually, no, we're not doing that. Sorry, I didn't actually explain why I made the dolls in the first place. Besides, like, I wanted to be an homage to the gay guys I like, I also wanted to be sort of a piece of art about younger me who was sitting in his bedroom fantasizing about being one of the greats, you know, we're role models. Like, I wanted to be one of them, and I also really adored them. And so this is sort of me trying to make a physical manifestation of that, was how I landed on, oh, it's almost like I'm playing with dolls in my head. Speaking of Pride Month, everybody's favorite time of the year, queer discourse. I think we finally moved on from kink at Pride discourse. Thank God I haven't seen any on Twitter. Some queer discourse did come across my desk earlier and was getting all riled up about it. Totally my fault. It wasn't even meant to be discourse. It was someone saying something that is discourse only to me in my head. Earlier today when I went to go get the stuff from Staples, on my way home, I was on the train. The queer discourse popped in my head and I was mad for like 5 seconds. And then I looked around at the train and I was like, oh my gosh, look at all these beautiful people. And they're going home from work. Some of them are just going home from the store. Some of them are like, they're going home and they're like, oh my gosh, my dog's there. Or they're like, oh, I mean, I don't really like dogs like that. Let's not get crazy. Then, even more insightful, because that's kind of giving like 14-year-old who had his first blunt, right? There's this guy who got on the train with me at the same time. Very unassuming. He just kind of got on the train at the same time as me, and I just noticed him because we walked through the door at the same time when we got on the train at the same time as me. But I looked over, I was sitting there, and he was on Instagram Reels, so I started watching his Instagram Reels, and he's scrolling through, and gay couple. Like, I would have never clocked this guy. Gay couple. Scrolls again. Another gay couple. He's reading the comments. He's liking the comments. He sends one to his friend. Gay couple getting married. Gay couple proposing. They're kissing. And then it scrolls to just some random bullshit, and then it's a gay couple again. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Like, this totally unassuming guy ended up being a homosexual, like me. And so, you know, all that queer discourse that was rolling around in my head, who cares? Because in the real world, the gays are just watching Instagram Reels on the train of probably AI generated men getting married. And that's really beautiful. And what made it even more beautiful was then he opened TikTok and his entire TikTok feed, I'm not fucking kidding, there wasn't even random shit mixed in, was straight couples making out. Like, like he was scrolling and it was like straight couple making out, and then it was like a guy and she was like doing the cheat on my boyfriend challenge, and then like it was 2 of them sitting with the dog and they were like blind taste testing ice cream, but they were all straight couples. And I just think that's really beautiful. Like, you really can be gay on Instagram Reels and straight on TikTok, and that can be your truth. You know, this man curated his For You pages to have a gay social media and a straight social media, completely not different accounts on one app, just totally different ecosystems. You know, maybe he's like, oh, I don't like the gays on TikTok, they're annoying, but I love the gays on Reels, you know? And it just, you know, there's just a whole other world out there. I'm assuming my viewers are smart and not stupid. Obviously, the point isn't that I'm surprised that he is bisexual or that bisexual people exist. It's funny because it was split between 2 different apps, okay? That's the joke. Just to be clear. Okay, I'm almost done cutting these out, and then we're gonna put them on cardboard, and then we're gonna make some TikToks live. I do want to show you, you know, my sort of creative process for how I make a TikTok. The final brick is about to be laid in the pyramid. Wow, that's so beautiful. Much like the pilgrims, this boat has been built. Wait, no, there were 2 more underneath all the garbage. There were 2 more. I forgot about Mac and Dennis. Okay, the boat is not built yet. Time lapse starting now. You know, I don't know if I said this the first time, but the reason that Dennis gets an exception is because I think he's hot, if that's okay. I'm sure you assumed that was why, but in case there was any uncertainty, that's why. Okay, the boat is built. I'm gonna show you a bunch of guys. Mac, what are you doing with that fist, Mac? I don't know that sexual jokes are really for me. Let me get some cardboard. Put him on there. I'm gonna tape him on there and then just cut it out. And then we'll have little dolls. I'm gonna do that super quick and then we're gonna make some TikToks. So I'll be right back. Okay, we got Mac and Dennis. So I'm gonna make a TikTok out of these. It's just gonna be me kind of laying on my bed. I'm gonna do bop, bop, bop. Yeah, there's something unfortunately inherently cringe about making a TikTok, and you just have to lean into it, is sort of what I've uncovered. Also, these are going on my second TikTok account called @GodsGayGuy. So go follow that if you want to see these videos. It won't be on my main, but you should follow my main too. So, oh my gosh, look, wait, 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 how do I move? Look, Dan and Phil. So yeah, basically I'm just going to take these two. We've got my ring light. Oh my god, I'm ridiculous. I'm just gonna do something cute with them. I do want to make more comprehensive videos of these kind of things other than just me being like, because it's like kind of stupid. But like, I think for Holland I want to do like some little like fake hockey setup or something. I don't know. I have to think about it. For Heartstopper, I like have a Kanken backpack, so I can have him sitting on that. Rather curious that I own the same backpack as Charlie Spring. How did that happen? For Mac and Dennis, I'm just gonna be like, listen to my song.
That was easy.
You just have to kind of lean into it. I don't know. So maybe this is about to be super cringe, but here we go. Hey guys, nothing. And then the really fun part of making a TikTok is you, while you're editing it, listen to the same 15 seconds over and 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 over. Yeah, thank you so much. Yep, this was filming a TikTok. I will probably never do that again because I'm sure that is the most mortifying footage ever recorded. But take it as a testament to how much I believe in my music and how much I want people like you to hear it. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. My name is Antique. If you want to see the end result of where these dolls ended up, which is in a bunch of TikToks and Instagram Reels, you'll have to go follow me on TikTok and Instagram Reels. Check it, check it, check it, check it. My name is Antique. You should subscribe. I make YouTube videos. I also make music. I just put out a song called Source Material, and it's the best song ever in the entire world, and it's all streaming platforms. And you can go watch the music video where I use these little cardboard dolls. And I make them do that, and it's super fun. Thank you so much for subscribing. A bunch of people did for my last video and seemed to really like it. So if you liked it, thanks. I'm glad you liked it, and thanks for joining. You have a great rest of your week, and I love you, and you should subscribe, and goodbye. Hey there. Don't eat the paper. Hey.